ربك ربي الله ما دينك ديني الإسلام.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Deen Matters Family Edition. Now, we're continuing on the topic of strengthening Muslim families. Now, Dr. Slimi, what are some other things that we should be aware of to really build that strong foundation?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. If you recall, we spoke about Luqman advice. And remember, he taught him about the greatness of Allah and many other things. But in the order, he said salat. And after salat, he said enjoin good and forbid what is evil. And enjoining good meaning anything that is good. Our children, whether husband is teaching the wife is teaching husband. Usually adults don't teach each other, maybe, yeah, but they remind each other. So it's a mutual learning. But with children, we say teaching. So you're rearing them, you're growing them up on values and principles, like you're feeding them, growing their bones and muscles. You're also teaching them values. And when we say enjoining good, they see you and learn from you the principles. We cannot lie. Lying is an evil thing. Saying the truth is a good thing. That's how we enjoin good and forbid evil. Little things we underestimate. Sometimes if we may midgetize, like make it like irrelevant and trivial. But in reality, a lie shouldn't be tolerated. But you don't have to, scold them and, make it miserable for them. We shouldn't lie. Allah does not like those who lie. And angels don't like those who lie. And it's not good to lie. Would you like someone to lie to you? And the child, no. You teach them. It may sound very simple. And as the child grows in a household that honors the truth, that believes in speaking the truth, that you don't open your mouth with lies, and even if you have to make people laugh, you have values. Even when you make each other laugh, you don't lie, you don't disrespect, you don't look down upon others. If all your life is based on values and principles of respect. So one of the things also, if one person starts doing haram things, let's say parents very often say, my daughter, my son starts smoking weed, or the principal at school caught them with the other youth smoking in the washroom, things like that. Every family runs through these problems one day. Bad friends, street, sometimes the children just follow, they're not leaders. So you have to make a point, but don't traumatize them. Everybody makes mistake. What you need to do is to make them learn. Your focus is to make them learn from the mistake, not to chastise them and just make them feel guilty. A lot of people do not differentiate between teaching people the right thing, sometimes in the context of a wrong thing, versus just making them feel bad, because when they feel bad, they will not go back to it. No, that is not the right way. You have to tell them what you've done is wrong, it's haram, anything, whether they drink. We Muslims don't drink. It's everything that is haram for us. There is a reason. It's either harmful to us, to our body, to our mind. Alcohol is not good for us. And you can quote for them non-Muslim doctors, people who deal with addiction, people who were addicted. They're convinced this is an enjoining good and forbidding evil at a level they understand.
So it sounds like tolerating haram is a big problem. Now, Dr. Slimi, is there any advice from the Quran or in the Sunnah on how to make sure that we don't fall into this trap?
Yeah, well, the idea of tolerating itself haram, just the question itself is hard to take, because the haram shouldn't even make it to your home, to your family. Now that it's a fact, one of the adult children, for instance, as an example, they bring alcohol. They brought, for instance, the weed or something that is not only it's haram, although it might be legal in some countries, but it's still haram. The fact that it's legal is not halal. Parents should have zero tolerance. You are under my roof, you're welcome, you're my son or you're my daughter, but this is not going to be allowed. And same thing with internet usage. People could see or watch inappropriate things, and you say, we're a house that we believe is blessed. We want the presence of the angels. We want God's blessings. We don't want haram. So please, this is not allowed. If they grow up in an environment that upholds, the blessing of God, the angels and all of that, their presence and that sakina and that rahmah in the house, most likely the children wouldn't do that. But of course exceptions are there. So the Holy Quran guides us, guides us to speak against wrong, even if it's against your family, even if it's against your parents, even against your children. You speak the truth and you're witness for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَوْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِكُمْ, even against yourself. أَوْ الْوَالِدَيْنِ أَوْ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. When it's haqq, it's haqq. But it has to be done with wisdom so you don't lose your loved ones. And when it's haram, there is a line. The Quran is clear, the Sunnah is clear, halal is clear, and haram is clear. And between them there is gray area. And Islam says, Prophet says, and whoever doesn't have knowledge, his or her gray area will be big. That's why you need knowledge and you need guidance. And he gave example of a herd or a flock of sheep that grazes, outside the property and goes into the property of the neighbor, of a king. And he says the property, that is the property, the boundaries of God. So we need to make the boundaries clear in the mind of the child, in the mind of that family, that we can't. These are the boundaries. I believe if starts early age, it should be early age, not too late when they are 18 or plus.
Thank you, Dr. Slimi, for reminding us that we have to stay within the boundaries and not to cross any lines that Allah is displeased with. Thank you for joining us today, Deen Matters Family Edition. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, tell us. Let us know. We'd love to hear your voice. And as always, until next time, Assalamu alaikum.